Okay.
No.
Well, then you get to ask them all, dear.
Yes. Apparently. So whenever you...
Just do whatever you're doing. Okay.
Oh God, what's that?
Of course.
There's the costume I've been looking for right there.
By the way,
How are you going to be sick of
So you guys, this is Vernon Wells, who played Rancic in the Time Force series, but he's also the third Vernon Wells!
This is a big ranger who played my daughter. This is my most favorite buddy and friend, Aaron Cahill, the most wonderful.
As you guys might know, where is he? This is the amazing Red Ranger, Jason Moore!
This is all of our bosses. Writer of the show, one who created the show, and the executive producer, actor as well. All through the years, right? Just last year. So our boss, Chip Lynn.
Yes.
And you are?
I'm Jessica Ray, the White Power Ranger from Power Rangers Wild Boys.
See how it just destroys the whole night?
I just want to say that I just got an autograph. She was speechless. There are no words. Love you
Put that
all.
down. That's a true story.
Tell you what, I'm getting sick of
Jessica Ray says, I love you, Daniel, very much. And Vernon says, you can run, but you can't hide, you little pipsqueak. And Jason blew me a kiss.
Okay, now you all know what we really like.
So you guys want to ask questions? Or what do you
yeah, I'm waiting for them to form a line. Apparently not happening.
The problem is we have the camera right here.
But I just want them to stand behind so that they're not in the blocking like last time.
That works.
You have to ask people if they have questions.
I said multiple times we'll have the line form here for questions. They just weren't listening.
It wasn't
You have to be louder. Form a line here for questions.
Thank you, Louis.
That works. That's how you do it.
Yeah, no one
Oh,
can hear
whatever.
Anybody
Louder. Better? All right.
go to
First
the
question.
poll.
pretend like you're talking on the phone.
Just one question from the panel. Video of you have ever seen Power Rangers? What are you doing here?
I don't know.
It was supposed to be a hybrid panel. It just fell apart at the last possible second. We were going to have the Lightspeed people here too, but that didn't happen.
Oh, yeah, good excuse.
We were trying to grab Neil, but that didn't happen.
We love you.
I didn't belong in the last panel either.
We're trying to maximize our total time we have you. If we'd gotten more people from your season, we definitely would have given you that panel. But
I'll figure out tons of questions for you. Just give me a couple minutes.
okay, first question.
The microphone is not working very well. So I'm going to ask the first question of these two in particular. Because, as a producer, we get to go through the casting process behind the camera, but these guys went through the long casting process in front of the camera. And I want them to tell you what it's like to be casted. We go through thousands of people, and these two actually get to see it. I'm sorry, I don't know.
She was a ranger too, Chip. She was the ranger in Amit's season.
I mean, just the reading.
That's really cool.
So
Glad I
you
can.
I think the Power Ranger audition was very unique. And when we ran Time Force, I don't know how many people exactly saw it, but I know it was like 5 auditions.
You should ask her. Yeah.
Is a lot of auditions. Right when you think you didn't get it,
Well, you went
Well,
first.
you go by, back again for a callback. So it was a very, and we were there that one time for really hours, which is a pretty unique experience. This is probably from the toilet.
No water for you.
Yeah, the last day we were auditioning was we were there all day, and it was like a Survivor. Like they kept like dismissing us from the island. We started off with maybe 10 of us in the final, and then they would just be like, "Thank you so much, you can go home." And every time you didn't get sent home, we were like, and then eventually it came down. It was nerve-wracking. It was nerve. It was like,
We were nice.
but you were very.
No, you weren't.
And then they're bringing us in the room. They wanted to see how we compare height-wise. So they wanted to see different formations of Michael and you and me and then the other girl that was there. And you don't know whether you want to be shorter or taller or shorter. You know what they wanted from us. So it was a lot of fun.
You guys are. This is hi guys. Okay.
I got it.
Did you guys know Linkara, the creator of the
Oh,
hit web
God.
series History of Power Rangers, is right here on Blip.tv? He wrote a really good review of Time Force, but that's beside the point.
I was trying to avoid self-promotion.
I lost so much sleep over Jennifer and Wes not getting together and not even kissing. Why couldn't Tommy and Kimberly got to kiss? So why couldn't Jennifer and Wes at least have a farewell kiss? And why couldn't they get together? You know, you guys never really cared about the time shifts and everything. So darn the consequences. Let them get together.
I think there's some sort of quantum consequence of swapping spin.
She always done the same thing. We were like, we should have at least gotten a kiss.
Whenever you hear the voices of us speaking while the Power Rangers are on screen, it's Scott doing an impersonation. It's not really.
Does the writer have an opinion on that, on Jennifer and Wes?
Well, I would say, Chip, you should address that. That was we
Yeah.
talked about that a lot. We talked about that a lot. And Chip being, one of the writers and producers of the show, I think we had, why did
Not even a kiss.
Wes and Jeff?
Oh, he's after the development.
Anyway, just to talk about Time Force, do you guys remember how it ended? Remind me.
If I lived another 1,000 years.
Let's see a kiss now!
I didn't see any sugar for Vernon. Give Rancic a kiss.
He's wearing mint-flavored lipstick. Would you like some?
So the season was supposed to be about the Red Ranger learning that he can make his own independent decisions about his future, right? And at the very end, instead of deciding, you know what, damn torpedoes, I'm going to do what's right for me, instead he said, I have this duty to go back. Okay? And we debated that because my opinion was that was the incorrect way to end it. And that's putting it very lightly. It was really a tough debate. Because, we put a lot of effort into the season. I like the season a lot. And so eventually we wrote the script, and I got a knock on my office door, and it was Jason, and he came in and said, I have to talk to you about this. I don't understand. It seems like it's completely illogical if the Red Ranger would do this. And I just said, what did I say?
You said I'm the executive producer.
The big boss said you're wrong.
So sometimes in creative endeavors, you butt heads with other people and you don't always win. And that was something where Jackie Marchand and I, you know the name Jackie, right? She was my partner in crime there. She and I felt very strongly that Jason needed to have learned the lesson and do where he felt his heart destined him to be. But we were overruled, and eventually it became something different, which I think is, I still argue is just wrong.
Oh, and of course.
But that's the way it went. So the whole season built up to something different.
How would you have had it in?
Correctly?
They would get the kiss, right?
She stays the present day. She doesn't go back. Right.
They would get the kiss. They would get the kiss.
What's that?
They would get the kiss, right?
They would
Jennifer and Wes.
I think Francis should have ended up with it. What the hell? I didn't get one good thing throughout the series. You got something. Oh, hello.
Hi. My question for everyone except for Jessica was, what was your favorite?
Jess, he has a question for you,
I
kind
have a
of.
special question for you, actually. Was what was your favorite moment while filming Time Force, and anything at all? And for Jessica, it was how did you enjoy Reinforcements from the Future, the episode with them, basically?
Oh, yes,
And Jessica, I'm throwing in what was your favorite moment from Wild Force, just as a rider. That seems fair.
Okay. So the question was for them first.
Yeah, them first, then. Yeah.
Us first.
Start down there and work our way down.
Well, my favorite was the crossover with Wild Force, and I got to work with Jessica.
Allison Kimberman.
Oh. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
She was not. She was fun.
Tarzan was not your favorite?
What's that?
Does it Tarzan?
I had to dress up. You guys remember? You guys weren't there. I had to put on a loincloth.
Yeah,
Tarzan. There was a monkey though. Jim. And he really gave a big toe suck. That was my favorite part about being Tarzan.
I just absolutely love working with Time Force. If you were in my panel next door, then you're aware that not everybody on my cast got along. So when these new people came, I was like, I love them. Not that I didn't love the other people too, but in a different way.
Go on, you.
Oh, okay, fine. I liked the double episode the best where we all got to play our fantasies out. I think that was just so much fun, and they were really cool writing it around the character that I originally created. So I had heaps of fun doing it, and I think the rest of the cast did because everybody got to be totally stupid, including him as and his chimp.
I got to be myself, basically.
I think the chimp had more fun than any of them. Yeah?
Well, I'm the same thing. Movie Madness. You know, doing the fight in the Buddhist temple with all the different. It was so much fun. Like I will never forget that day.
Yeah, we took our time on that. I think it was made so fun. We were under such a timeline for a minute. We had 40 episodes to get out. Right? So we actually took our time with that. We filmed Universal. And I think because a lot of us wore the same outfits all the time. I mean, I had the same button-down shirt, so we got to really do things differently. And again, we were excited to have it.
So I was the only one.
Same red shirt.
Oh, me? For your season, new dubbing for sure.
It's about that earlier.
Did he?
Apparently it was very entertaining.
Yeah, we did, way back when I started doing shows early on with Salon. I started a thing where we'd be sitting here and I'd take my shirt off while I was starting, the actor wasn't looking, and they'd freak out. So it looks like, from their perspective, they take your shirt off the show. It looks like you're naked outside, so it became kind of a silly thing we do. I trying to get their mind, especially like with Jason, he's doing a shitty job. Take the mind off it and you know, make them laugh. And so he turned the tables and we did a shot near the end where take a picture. Here, I'll show you. Got it?
What?
God.
Ladies are like, yes, please.
Oh, God.
It was meant to be private, but
That's why he gave it up.
please don't Facebook this picture that you're
I'm not going to let him. I'll show you. There it is. Wow. So we would took pictures with the stands, with the music stands for the lyrics and everything, strategically placed. So it looked like
we did a thing.
you did it in a paper.
See Austin Powers. Every time you see, then you return something flocky. We did a takeoff on that, so there were shots where I was in a makeup chair. It looked like I was naked, but something was barely covering me. We did an ADR. So we did kind of a fun spin off of that.
And for Jessica's season,
We were next door working.
All I did was ADR.
I noticed. No. Jessica's season was the weirdest story about Jessica's season is that that's when Disney had just taken over, and so all of a sudden there was no money for anything, and they didn't. Well, the best thing when I actually bought the company, so our people were going to talk to them and saying, yes, you know, Power Rangers is still out selling on Disney. Is that show in the air? So I was like, okay, so the last season we're doing, there's no money. They would take a picture of the cast for, you know, the publicity picture. So you should remember, I took the picture with the digital camera I had, and that became the picture for the cast for the whole year. And someone just put Time Force on it. So if you've seen it, that was just taken with us standing around. So I remember that was kind of sad.
It's good we were there the year before, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad we did it without this.
This picture was us on the set, we taken it from me, and then gave it them, and they had to give the cast picture. Kind of funny.
So I worked with Disney, and I can tell you that they were terrific. They were really good. Really good. They knew a story. They were told proper budget. The cast was great. The crew was excellent. It was great. It was great. The museum was wonderful. I had no complaints about it.
Well, I want to make sure we get everybody's questions.
Next question.
I have to leave it.
All right. This one's actually specifically directed at Dan. Now, several of us know you quite well for having done roles for Virgil and Credo in Devil May Cry. My question being, do you think that it's at all funny or ironic that we ended up having 3 people from the Saban era of Power Rangers in that series?
Yeah!
Who was
Johnny Young
that?
Johnny Young Bosch.
He did 4. He did 4 then.
Yeah, he did. So, it's still a part of this series, is it not?
Ruben Langdon?
Yeah, Ruben Langdon.
No, because we all worked with each other on that show, and Ruben called us into audition. And to be honest with you, I was just doing Eric Myers. There's so much material. A lot of what happens in motion capture is, especially in the auditions, they'll give you 6 or 7 scenes. And it was practically no time to create a character, so I stepped into Eric Myers, and they liked it. So then I was able to tweak it a little bit later.
Yeah, so basically it was just Eric going through the circles of hell.
Yes.
Next question. Hey, how you doing? I have 2 questions. Well, my first one's for Aaron. Sorry. On How I Met Your Mother, you played kind of this sibling who kind of had made irrational decisions, and you were younger, you wanted to do bigger and better things, but you kind of lacked some sort of common sense. Do you have any sibling stories like that? Because I kind of related to it as a younger sibling.
Oh, you were the younger sibling?
Yeah.
So you did stuff like that too, bad choices?
Yeah, a little bit.
No, I'm the older one.
Oh,
so
really?
I have a younger sister. She's my best friend. You guys would love her. She
It's pretty hot, too.
Okay.
You know, oh, I'm totally kidding. I love you.
And I guess my second question is actually for Jessica. A while back, I once wrote an essay about the portrayal of race within Power Rangers, and I guess it's kind of cliche to talk about it here, but I want to get your opinion. Now, I respect you as an actress, but you portrayed a super nerdy, kind of goal-oriented martial artist Power Ranger, and you were obviously Filipino like me. I'm Filipino. I just want to know if you had any qualms about it, and I guess you don't since you're here, but do you have any issues with that, and do you think I'm weird for like overthinking it a little bit?
I actually didn't think about that until you just said it.
Way to go, Eric!
I never knew I was super nerdy.
I'm so oh god. I guess I'll just be your power sword.
Now surrender to
I
fire.
hadn't thought about that.
And I'm so sorry for bringing it up.
No, please. Totally joking.
I'm very sorry. We'll be looking for you later.
Going down the line for all of you, what's your worst or most difficult time you had doing your show?
What was the worst, most difficult time you had doing the show?
Like
Yeah, it's your turn.
difficult stunt or tough costume?
Really anything that I could say was
Like tough.
so difficult about the show. When you look back, you go, man, that was the worst ever.
Don't end up like LK and Safety.
Running around in a loincloth isn't too bad. But I'll tell you what, in the film and television world, Power Rangers still gets a little bit of flack because it's considered a kid show. And I think a lot of those people didn't get the time to Time Force. It was a union show, the crewman union towards the end. They took the time, there was a write-up in the newspaper, it was the time to actually hire actors with a little more experience. That's what they wrote about us. I'm not saying that's true, I'm just speaking about myself. And so I'm very proud of the work I did on the show. And no matter what anybody says, I'm proud to have worked on the show, I'm proud to have been a Power Ranger. And when I look back, when I look back on that show and all the stuff we did, man, it was so fun. Just running around like Jackie Chan or Jet Li for a year, doing action. And, you know, I remember going to, I hired a publicist. I was trying to parlay, you know, what I was doing on the show and something. I went to an event and a bunch of soap actors. And they all had their noses up in the air when we started to talk and we got to find out I was doing Power Rangers. But I thought, dude, I just jumped over a fireball. Kicked about 10 putties in the head. Back then, what were the
Cyclobots.
I mean, you and your co-star had a freaking love triangle yesterday. So, I can't say that there was a time that I thought was the worst ever. I really enjoyed it. I can say that there were a lot of times I was working on other shows. As a stuntman, I really didn't want to be there, but never on Power Rangers. I love doing that show. I love showing up for work. That's just my
I'm just going to piggyback off Danny. I don't honestly. Yeah, I'm jumping. I'm just going to say, amazing experience, one of the best of my life. That's it. I don't even have any. That's it. It was the best.
Oh, she's alive.
The worst part for me was just that everybody couldn't get along. So, other than that, it really was one of the best experiences of my life.
She got along with us, though.
Yeah, I did. I loved them.
Awesome.
I still do.
And we still love you. All right, you're up.
Worst time. It started on day one.
Regale us.
I went through 40 episodes until I got the hell. No. My whole problem was working with these amateurs. All I wanted was one actor for one scene. And this one, no, actually it was a lot of fun. I mean, doing the looping with Padgett at the end there, that was a pain in the ass continuously. But he never had the words up, and every time I did it, it was from some other show. He said, just make a bit, goddammit, that's what you're in here for.
Yeah, come think of it. Change my
First time I wouldn't have to go through this with you.
I had a ball. I mean, I came from, as you probably know, a very big acting career anyway, into the show. And somebody asked me out there, why the heck, after all the stuff you had done and have done since, did you do Power Rangers? I have no idea. I think it all started because the first audition I did for them, there was a room full of all the people I'd ever seen on television. I'm being serious. There was all these television actors, and big television actors, and I walked in and I went, what the hell am I doing? There was just, and then I left, and I actually was in Lost Wages working, and they rang up like 2 days later and said, can you come back for another audition? And I thought, why? What's the hell? You know, I thought I was the comic relief, actually. So I came back and there was less, but like these guys, there was less. I did the audition again, and then I left, and then a week and a half later, they called me back and they said, we want to audition you again. Now there was only 3 of us. But each time I did the same audition, I was getting bored as hell. I was like, come on guys, let's something to do. And for some weird reason, I got the part, and it was just really fun working with. The thing I loved about it was all the kids, as I love to call them, in the show, including Wild Horse and everybody else, was so enthusiastic. And when they got on the set with you, if you could act, they wanted to make you look really bad. And they would go out of their way to prove that they were better than you were. And that was what was so much fun. It was just great being with them because they were all just so gung-ho. The first time I met this young lady who has become one of my best friends, who comes to my house. I love her and her family. She came running across the part. I walked onto the set for the first day. She came running up, leapt into my arms, put her arms around my neck and said, who are you? I went, I'm Rancid, I killed your boyfriend. She said, I hate you. And walked away, and I thought, this is weird. This could be the weirdest set I've ever been on in my whole life. But it was great. No, seriously, everybody, as you can see from this, we had a ball.
Yeah. We were in love. We were a family. It's still our family.
You know, I guess to piggyback on all that, because my experience was the same. I mean, it would never work for me. I mean, never would say what time for you work, it's not work, it's play. It became a extended family. I heard of stories from previous and years after that there wasn't as much, I guess there wasn't as much togetherness as we had. So we had such a great time. The thing that I love about it is years later, any kind of conflict I've ever had, I tell people I've got an action figure, come back and talk to me when you need me. I said that in Vegas 2 weeks ago, I love it, so it's a good time.
You guys are definitely the huggiest cast. Aaron's the best host in the world. Got me in trouble.
I think I'm good.
Hug after shot, doesn't it?
I do have to say that we did have some great moments. Like we were such family. Our season, we would literally fall asleep in each other's dressing rooms, or we would play jokes on each other. Didn't you whoopee cushion me once?
Now that was just you, Larry.
That's craft services.
We did. We just had. I mean, we were an actual family. Wait. We got together the first episode. I know, it's really, we got together the morning of the first episode, Saturday morning at whatever, 8 or 9 a.m. That was scary. I know. And we all got together in our pajamas at your place watched the episode together.
Well, that's right.
I wasn't there.
You were talking
You did invite the guys. Can't make it.
We weren't there.
I wasn't there.
We were still enemies from prep school then.
That's one moment in the whole series that I didn't have a good time. My dressing room was that big. My toilet was that big. My shoulder pads were that big. It took 3.5 hours and 4 techies to get me out. I didn't like it a lot. I got jammed in the toilet.
All right. Who's the bad girl working? Was that Mike?
No.
Nadira.
Oh, yeah.
Katie.
Oh, yeah.
Katie, down in Colorado, was married with a baby.
Really? I thought she
I
was
was-
in San Diego.
I was in, speaking of those dressing rooms, I was in the dressing room and we were in these trailers, so sometimes we'd share these units that were split down the middle by a partition. They'd fold it out. And I hear all this, oh, God, no, oh, man, Doc. Jason, you're all right. The wardrobe girl, open the door, I'm on the toilet.
Now you know what it was like.
That's probably the worst of it, because those rooms were kind of small and not very private.
Next question.
Linkara.
You know, I was really trying not to self-promote and that looked like a jackass.
But we're promoting for you, thus we are the jackasses.
I know.
Jackass, what's your question?